Every time I see an exhibition featuring flowers, Omoligho Udenta always comes to my mind because that's a subject she usually explores when Art House attends any of her solo exhibitions. Now, she shows us another side of her without losing the flowery touch.
Flowers have a way of appealing to the mind, soothing and refreshing, even in the darkest of moments. They add spice to life's stark realities. Graphic artist and art teacher Omoligho Udenta chose to weave this intricate piece of creation into her art. She started out by making paper flowers as part decorations for events on a commercial basis in 2014. She discovered the calming effect it had on her and started to introduce the element of art into her creations, drawing, painting, and inscribing on the petals to express her inner self. She's gone on to carve a niche for herself.
We can see here that there's a combination of graphic design, there's a combination of sculpture, there's a combination of construction, there's a combination of metasymmetry, there's a combination of jewel symmetry, there's a combination of so many totalities. And at the end of the day, you found out that these works can actually be described as a good art. And so that's the area that I just want us to look at. And by the time you think along with the artist, you found out that she's in another plane entirely. That actually would be accepted as a global thing.
Now she makes bold statements about social issues through her installations. This exhibition, tagged Opus in Progresso, Latin for work in progress, is her version of how all humans, especially women, are continuously striving to improve on all fronts. Using various media like metal, paper and cloth, she tells stories, but her favorite medium is the metal. According to her, the metal medium allows her to say volumes in ways that other media like paper and cloth will not permit.
One of the challenges I've had with paper has been that it's difficult to store. If you create the work, it has to be mounted, it has to be framed and all of that. And for me, it doesn't give me as much freedom as metal has come to do, right? Because with the metal I can inscribe, bringing together various other techniques.
Each installation takes between 2 and 4 weeks to complete, but the beauty and message makes the time worthwhile. Like the piece behind her Eve Metamorphosed, it's the third of the Eve series. The first, Eve the Vamp, talks about the woman who seeks to control the man with her whims and caprices, the bad girl of the society. The second, Eve the Good, is that woman who is aligned to the society's definition of a good woman, and this one is about the woman who has risen through the challenges to make her mark in the business world.
What I've tried to do in this case is to infuse elements of what I would say the business world into this. Now I've used newspapers, because traditionally one of the places you go to check how your stocks are doing or how the business is doing or what companies to invest in would be in the business section of the newspaper. And then business is something that you have to be passionate about and then has highs and lows. So for that I've used red and black colors to do that, and to also symbolize those highs and lows. I've made the petals sharp edged because it's going up, business goes up and down, and putting all those together, I came up with this backdrop, so to speak. And then also I have a mannequin dressed in my own interpretation of what Eve the businesswoman could wear to the office. And that is just a gold dress that has infused with flowers around the edge, because I believe that at the point when a woman has reached, when she is financially comfortable, she does not necessarily follow what is fashionable. She does what she wants, she wears what she wants, she goes where she wants, and she has that freedom to dress as whichever way she wants to.
For the woman to break out into the world, she would have to pass through a gate. Eden's gate speaks to the uncertainties of life beyond the confines of the comfort zone.
Thinking about Eve being outside in the world, I couldn't help wondering what it was like and the uncertainty they must have felt standing at the gate, Eden's gate, when they were told to leave. Right? So that, and I know that, well, I believe that while they were in Eden, they were all good and they had everything going on right for them. But they had to leave all of that to come out into the world, you know. And so that thinking process is what inspired that work. And then going on from that, I now started wondering about the challenges that women face, you know. And then that's now brought about, because like there seems to be, in spite of what we achieve, there seems to be a continued focus on femininity, how your body is, how are you reproductive, are you reproducing, what processes you have to go through. And so I try to create those works to give my own point of view, so to speak, on the beauty and the tragedy and the mix of emotions that women go through.
What inspires her? She says everything around her, even food. She has also come to draw some kind of therapy from working on metal. And so she continues to create beauty from good old beat-up metal, and her audience is in awe of her flowery signature seen in all her pieces.
One thing that fascinates me is the fact that you might have two people in a similar circumstance, yet they each live that circumstance from different perspectives. Some will flourish and some others will go down. You have two brothers, they will probably go to the same secondary school, go through the same, yet they see things differently, they react differently to different things in life. And so those two works, Through the Mire 1 and 2, for me try to symbolize that, whereby I have used repetitive patterns to kind of show how we are all the same, but one person or one being picks from this circumstance and excels and becomes magnificent, even though he still has parts of what the others all have. So it's everything. Food even inspires me sometimes.
It's exquisite. I just can't. I can't find the words to express, you know, it, but they're just magnificent.
This is different. That difference is the uniqueness that we all look for in our everyday living, to inspire us to continue to strive for perfection.